Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my playthrough of Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins for the Nintendo Game Boy. Last time we finished up the Macro Zone, kind of a disappointment, and now we are moving on to... Go in there. We are moving on to the Pumpkin Zone. Your obligatory haunted house for the evening. It's actually... I liked this world when I was a kid because I just thought the design of it was pretty cool. Even based on the limitations of the Game Boy, again, still looks good. But by this point, Nintendo definitely knew what they were doing with the technology, because if the Game Boy came out in '89, and this game came out 3 years later, then yeah, they definitely had it down by that point. Oh, and speaking of that time frame, though, the other funny thing to realize now is we don't go more than, I don't know, a year or two at best before we hear the announcement of some new console coming. The Game Boy, the freaking die-hard console of its generation and of practically every generation for a long time. I mean, I believe it's 14 years, tied for PS2 for second longest game console of all time, just behind the Atari 2600. Who knew that'd be the longest continued console, but I guess it was. But no, the Game Boy was an awesome piece of well, as a whole, as just a regular piece of equipment, it kind of sucked in a way, just because of, you know, the monochrome graphics. And hi, Dracula. Yeah, Dracula's in a Mario game firing vampire bats at us. Don't look at me. I don't come up with this. Don't even have to think about it anymore. Just do it. It's like the Nike slogan. Just do it. And we get our lives again. Shoot, at this point, after this video, I'll probably end up having to use my coins, maybe even before the end of this video, and I'm just gonna run under them, because I tried to be cute and jump on them, but it didn't go the way I wanted, so... Wait, was this the room with that? Oh, shit. Come on, come on! I am definitely going to need... I am going to need my freaking... You know, my bunny rabbit powers. Oh yeah, and we have weird Hodaboo kind of things, little ghostly fireballs. They do kind of track you a little bit. Also, was this the second stage? Oh no, it was, because Dracula was at the end of the first. See, it's just going one right after the other for me that I'm not even really paying attention. Come on, get down here. Oh, maybe I can... Good, since I lured them down, I can actually get that one up. Didn't even mean to, but it works. And... Not gonna worry about the power-up for now. Oh, what? Jerk. And I can't even smash the blocks. I don't even know if touching the... Speaking of that, I don't even know if touching those would hurt me, but... I did not mean to kill you with the fireball. Oh, wow, did not... Okay, I did not mean to touch him, actually, but I believe that actually worked out pretty good. And I also believe our secret section is down here where the damn fish are. And falling spikes everywhere. Just get those out of my way. Oh! Are you kidding me? I wasn't even paying attention to the count, either. Well, that sucks. But yeah, now we go to this secret stage that's located outside of it in this forest. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe falling results in our death, but we also want, you know, as many coins as we can gather up. I've never been good at doing that. Maybe after this stage I'll go, yeah, falling doesn't result in death. I know the door's back there, too, but I want to see if there was anything... Actually, yeah, there was something over here. Makes up for last stage. Oh yeah, that definitely made up for last stage. Yeah, I think I'm going to go do the slot machine now, because... Oh, and doing that activated the eyes on the pumpkin. There's actually one more secret stage, and I do like how they have adverse effects sometimes on the stages. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're just going to bypass all these, get a glimpse at what's to come. But no, we want to go do the slot machine now, because any coins I gather at this point would be a waste, so I may as well do it, and... I'm okay with that. Hey, I said I wanted to do better than I did last time, and that's a lot better. Because the first time I did this, I only got 5, so 20 is a vast improvement. You never know, I might actually strike gold and hit 99 by the end. Usually doesn't happen, but it'd be nice if it did. But yeah, speaking of that other stage having a secret exit to it, we still have to finish this up first. Remember, we have to beat a stage twice. It's kind of like the Mario World mentality. Which, again, I'm okay with. To me, Mario World was... It was underrated for me, just because I liked it, but not as much as other people. Like, I still liked the game, I still enjoyed it, but... I don't know. I didn't like it as much. It probably was the first Super Nintendo game I got along... Was it? Oh yeah, I think I got my Super Nintendo... When I got that, it came in as a pack-in bonus, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm actually going to go out of my way to get some 1-ups now. But no, I think Link to the Past came in as a pack-in bonus too, and... I want to say Yoshi's Safari was the third one, because those are the only... I only had 2 Super Scope games. Yoshi's Safari and... Wait, I can't... Yeah, that's weird that I can't do the spin jump with that, only with the Fire Flower. But man, pack-in games for that console were good. And I didn't have a Super Scope for probably... Yeah, and I see the goalposts there, and I know what I have to do. I must backtrack to right here. Yep. Boom. At least this time I knew what to do, because the last time I was still kind of fidgeting about it, I didn't know. Yeah, that actually... Oh, that worked out. That worked out perfectly, thank you. Their gnawing didn't even interfere with me. Now, I have to remember where the special stage was here. Oh yeah, and Goomba Ghosts, that's funny. But no, I loved... Like, I got a lot of good pack-in titles for the consoles back then. An N64 on the... Oh, I can't go up that pipe? Huh, you'd think I could. Oh, I can go up that one, though. Selective pipe climbing, I guess? Makes total sense. But I mean, because when I got my N64, that unfortunately did not come with any pack-in titles, and I believe I think I've talked about this story before. If not, oh well. But, because when the first game I was... N64 was the first console I was truly excited for. Because I was probably about... Well, I was 10 years old. I got it on my 10th birthday. So, pretty much that was also one of the consoles I got, you know, right away. And I really wanted, you know, I wanted a copy of Super Mario 64. But that is not what I got. What I got instead was Wave Race 64. And here's the thing, I am not... Like, looking back on it, Wave Race was actually a really good game. Definitely an underrated racing classic for sure. Though it did kind of have to line up with games such as Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart 64. Good luck competing against that. Because that is some heavy competition. And I mean, all Wave Race was just, you know, oh, really? That is not even what I meant to do. Because here I thought I'd kick the shell. But no, getting back on topic. Wave Race was, you know, and it was underrated because it's just, you're racing on jet skis in the water. The racing wasn't the most exciting because they didn't offer... okay, the course variety was actually... They had a few... They had like 8 courses, I believe, in that game, which was not bad, just not the best it could have been compared to Mario Kart's, you know, Mario Kart 16 plus the 4 battle courses, so... I knew going down there that would be a bad thing. And I like how they just shoved me away. Wait, what? What? Don't tell me I have to do this again just to have a shot. That's weird. Okay. But, I mean, Wave Race was still a good... To me, it was a good game, and it was my first N64 racing game, so I didn't really have much to compare it to. And at that point, I didn't really have much to compare it to in the way of games in general, because I probably owned 20 or 30 NES games, maybe about the same amount on Super Nintendo. So, overall in my life at that point, in the first 4 years, I probably played maybe 100 games at best. I want to say. Because, I mean, I didn't break beating 200 games until 2005, so I did not beat that many, and that was also when I started to keep heavy track, you know, started keeping track to this day of the games I've beaten and how many I've beaten. But that means in the first 13... But I also didn't have the really big access that I would go on to gain the video games, whether it be buying a ton of them or using emulators, because that was the only way I was going to see a lot of the games that I did was through emulators. I think did I beat a Pokemon game on there? I want to say yes. Actually, no, wait, I did, and Nintendo, you can, you know, you could sue me if you want. I mean, don't do that, please, and it's 20 years later, so I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is up at this point anyways. But no, fun story. And this ties into my Game Boy playing too, so it actually works out well. Pokemon Blue was you know, where I got my start in playing Pokemon, as did most of the people from our generation. I started Pokemon Blue 1998 when it came out, and then when I beat that and was hearing about all the announcements, you know, for Pokemon Gold, you know, when that was coming out. This was probably also at the peak of my Pokemon fandom, so I was super jacked and excited for when this was going to come out. To this day, I think Gen 2 might still be my favorite. Just because of nostalgia and peak Pokemon fandom, like I said. Anyways, I was so inclined to play the second gen games. I didn't know, that's what they were called at that point. I just knew them as more Pokemon games were coming out. That's all I knew. I didn't know about the generations yet and things like that. But I was so amped and so wanted to play those games so bad that I managed to, and I had a Game Boy. I had a pretty, a decent Game Boy emulator on my dad's computer, and I managed to somehow, I don't know if it was him or me or I don't know. I'm gonna say it was probably him because I was 12 at that point, not exactly tech savvy yet. But we managed to find for that emulator a copy of Pocket Monsters Gold. Not Pokemon Gold. No, Pocket Monsters Gold. This shit was in pure Japanese. That's how bad I wanted to play the Gen 2 Pokemon games, because we didn't see Pokemon Gold over here until about a year later. Now they get released at the same time, but we did not see that over here for about another year. So I wanted to play those games in a very bad way. So that ended up causing me to get it, and you would think it's a Japanese game, it's one you've never played before, you don't know the language, you don't know what's going on. You think that would have deterred me from trying to beat it. But if you know anything from following me on my channel, you know I'm a little more unhinged than the average person. I played the absolute crap out of that game. I played the absolute living hell out of it. And here's the thing. I have better strategy when it comes to Pokemon games now, too, especially, Back then, I just mainly used brute force, because I don't know why. That's just probably what kids do, is just think, yeah, brute force is the way to go. But no, it's not. You need that level of strategy. But what I did was I experimented. I discovered, and this was the Japanese game, mind you, so it's not like I knew what the moves did anyways. You could tell based on the animations. What? How did he hit me? That was weird. Okay, but you could tell based on the animations what the moves did. You could tell, if it was fire or if it was shaking the ground. You can essentially tell what the moves did. So, all I did was basically try to build up movesets for my Pokemon that did damage. That's what I tried to do, because what else was I gonna do? Because I didn't know what the other moves did. Like, I didn't know that smoke screen looked the way it did, or anything like that. I just took moves that did a lot of, that just did damage. That's all I shot for and got rid of anything else. Oh, really? Undershot that? Oh well, that's fine. But that's, like I said, that's all I really did, was just built up movesets that caused me to do damage. And I also only trained one Pokemon, so that kind of made the game a little harder than it needed to be, but that's kind of how I was back then. I didn't do the level grinding as religiously as I would do now. Because that's probably what made going back and beating those games on the DS Virtual Console a little bit, definitely tricky for sure, just because I had to level grind, and level grinding in the olden games was not as good. But anyways, I trained up my Typhlosion, because that's what I picked. I had a team of kind of crappily put together Pokemon. I did the best I could with the knowledge that I had, which was essentially nothing. And I couldn't exactly trade anything from my old game, because you need a link cable, and this was on the emulator. I somehow fought my way all the way through. And I somehow fought my way all the way through, and I beat this game. What? Wow. Okay. That was weird. Oh my god, really? Okay, I'm doing piss poor. I gotta pay attention to my game now. And I had the bunny rabbit suit going in, too. But no, like I said, I managed to train and fight and claw my way, and I beat Pokemon Gold in Japanese before I had ever played the American version. A year before that game even touched our soil. Really? I hate those brooms. I hate this whole stage. It's not going good. Motherfucker. Okay. Wonder if there's any more power-ups. Probably not. No. Okay. Cool, and yeah, that's the first time that happened to me when I was jumping. That I was jumping at the ceiling spikes there. That never happened before. Don't know why there's a random ghost. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. So if I don't try and overshoot my jump, just be calm, be patient. Nope. Oh, damn it. And I don't know if... There we go. Finally defeated the damn witch. But yeah, when I beat Pokemon Gold in Japanese way back then, that was a good moment in gaming for me. Like I said, that's how desperate I was to play those games. The absolute height of my Pokemon fandom. But hey, we had a fun story. We had some fun stories to share and a fun world to do. But alas, everything must come to an end. So, until next time, as always, thanks for watching.